Alright, so we're back with another video on MLB The Show 22, and in this video I want to talk about something that is either going to make you a lot of stubs or it's going to save you a lot of stubs in the long run on this game, and potentially even within the next couple weeks as well, because once this Face of the Franchise program does end, guys, these cards are no longer going to be available. They're going to be just like boss cards from the ending program last year, to where you cannot get these cards again, most likely until the very last program at the end of MLB The Show 22. By that time, there's not nearly as many people playing though, and you won't really need to get them again because, again, you most likely may not be playing yourself by then. So again, we're going to go over why you want to get all these cards. As you guys can see, I do have literally every single Face of the Franchise card, and I wanted to wait till a certain time till I got these cards. I wasn't spending no 15, 20, 25k on these cards each. No, I wanted to wait until the double XP came around, because that's when these cards are going to be cheapest, which we're going to go over and see in the marketplace. But first, let's talk about why you want to get as many of these cards as possible right now. There's multiple reasons. One, they could release some kind of collection where there is like a Face of MLB The Show 22 or just something like that, where it's like a 95, 94 overall card. That is something that they potentially could do down the line, but something that is most likely going to be definitely done with this program and with all the Legend card programs, with the Signature, the Second Half Heroes, all things like that, is a ticket reward, which will be able to let you unlock other players. Like last year, you needed a certain amount of tickets to get the Mariano Rivera, the Clayton Kershaw, the Ken Griffey Jr. And the way you got those tickets was by collecting a certain amount of players from each and every different type of like Legend and Flashback program and category. Like I said, with the Prime, the Second Half Heroes, the Face of the Franchise. So if you get these cards now while they're very, very cheap, down the line, once these other cards start coming out, like how in last year again with the 99 Mo, Kershaw, and Griffey, once those cards start to come out, these cards will skyrocket in terms of the price, because again, they will no longer be available to buy once this Face of the Franchise program ends, literally in 2 days from now. In 2 days, this program will be over, and we'll be going into the spring cleanup program, which, by the way, 93 overall David Justice was announced as the second boss in that program. I'll have the screenshot up on the screen for you guys right now. But once that program starts, you won't be able to get these anymore, and from that day on, these cards will start to slightly go up in price. But once some kind of collection comes around for these cards, they will start to skyrocket in price without a doubt, and it's going to save you a lot of stubs if you're looking to do those collections, or if you don't really care for the collections, it's going to make you a lot of stubs at that point in time. So let's take a look at how much these players are actually going for as it stands right now, because they're very, very cheap right now in this game. The simple fact that there is that double XP reward, it makes these cards very, very cheap without a doubt. As you guys can see, you can literally get most of these cards for under 10k. If you put in a buy order, you can get a lot of them, like the Joey Votto for 92 to 9300 stubs. Same with the Devin Williams, Brian Reynolds. Josh Bell is one that you're going to have to spend a little bit more on. It seems the NL East, the AL East, and the AL West are the three most expensive sets in terms of cards. From those sets, they have the most value when it comes to the Face of the Franchise, but all the other ones in the other divisions you can literally get for under 10k, and even the ones in those divisions, they're still not that much at all. So again, if you get them for these low prices right now, and say by the end of the second and the spring cleanup program, by the time that ends, if all these cards are worth at least 20k or more, you are more than doubling up on your stubs. And especially once that collection program starts to come in for like the next 99s overall. Obviously the first one is the Frank Thomas. Whatever comes after that, whether it be, you know, some kind of Mariano again or something like that, which it obviously won't be, but whatever the next 99 is, where you need these cards and need to collect a certain amount to get those tickets, you will make a lot of stubs at that point in time if you do save these players right here. So I highly, highly recommend investing in as many as possible of these cards that you guys can get, and just holding on to them until some kind of collection does come around for them. And even if you do want to make some quick stubs, again, these cards are most likely going to rise in price within the next couple weeks without a doubt, just due to them not being available to get anymore on MLB The Show 22, because these are honestly a lot of good cards. Like, there's a lot of good cards. Luis Robert, only 9,400 stubs, and you get a card like this, which is absolutely stacked in the field, fast as hell, and has fairly decent hitting stats, especially up against the lefty matchups. So like I said, man, you definitely will make a lot of stubs if you invest in these cards right now and try and get them for the buy now prices. Like just put in buy orders. For example, with Benintendi, you would put up something for like either 94.02, 94.15, something along those lines, to where you are getting them for a very cheap price. And even if they didn't skyrocket in price within the next couple of weeks, right, they'll be worth at least like 15, 16, 17K. So you'll be making even 5 to 6K if you want to sell them quickly on each and every single card, which does add up, especially at this point in the year. So I highly recommend getting as many of these cards as you can at this point in time, guys. Like you guys saw, I do have literally every single face of the franchise card, and I also did want to wait, like I said, until that double XP drop, because I knew once this double XP dropped, let's see if it's still on the thing. It doesn't show that it's still here, but you actually, it's right here. You see the double XP, it ends on the 29th. It started, I believe, on the 21st. I wanted to wait for that till these till I bought these, because then they would drop in price drastically, which they did. Like literally the Trout was worth like 20K before the double XP thing. All the other cards were worth like 15, 14K, things along those lines. So they dropped in price greatly, without a doubt. And like I said, man, if you want to make a lot of stubs or just have these cards and save yourself some stubs in the future when these collection programs do come around, definitely invest in them now. But hope this video does help you guys out, man. Let me know what you guys think about this, and who else you would like to see in the second inning, or not second inning program, the second program with the spring cleanup program on MLB The Show 22, because we already know Zach Britton is coming, and then we also know that 93 overall David Justice is coming as well. But as always, man, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'm out.